Hey, I'm Connor Powers from DeadRedHitting.com. In this video, I'm going to take you through a 4-drill circuit that's going to teach you how to hit the baseball harder, more consistently. And what you're going to be working on is delivering the barrel directly right back up the middle. Okay, so when you're taking the barrel and you're throwing it right back up the middle, what you're doing is you're using the middle of the field, and the only way to take the barrel and throw the whole bat to the middle of the field is to have a good, connected, solid swing with your bat in the zone for as long as possible. And this is what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so for this drill, you're gonna need a band. So one of these elastic bands. I've used a green one before. This time I'm gonna use a yellow one. It's just one I have on hand. Make sure that it's relatively weaker. So for the exercise when you guys are doing side shuffles with the band around your ankles, make sure it's weaker than that strength. So I'm gonna go with yellow. All right, then I want you to either use a baseball or anything else that you have laying around. This is a little bit bigger than a baseball. Just something that you can use to step over. All right, I'll get to that in a second. And then you're gonna have your bat. So when I'm demonstrating this, I'm not actually gonna be hitting a ball off the tee. I just wanna show you and take you through some of the loads so that you can work on creating separation and power with your lower half. Okay, so step one, make sure you place this band right around your ankles. And then what I want you to do is I want you to place this baseball right here on the ground. And I want you to put your foot, your stride foot, okay, so I'm right-handed, so my stride foot is going to be my left foot, right up against this baseball. And what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you stride over the baseball. All right, and the reason that I'm doing that is I'm going to have you change hip planes. All right, so first of all, it'll help you stay back, and it'll help you engage your hands and your core together while you're loading that baseball bat, which is going to give you more power at the plate. Okay, so again, we're going to get in our batting stance. Have this front foot right up against the baseball, and we're going to load, and we're going to stride. Now, a couple things that I want you to be aware of. All right, when you're loading and you're striding, all right, I want you to make sure that you don't shift your weight so far back while you're loading backwards that it makes it very difficult to transfer your weight going forward and to de-weight that backside. Very, very important. And one good tip that I use is I talk about loading into and against, instead of letting that back leg slide and go out and over this back foot. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to really be stable with this back leg. Use this back knee. Make sure this back knee is inside this back foot. All right, so it's important. Sometimes if you can feel like you're gonna be at an angle here with this back leg, that's helped me before. That's been one tip or one swing key or during my load. That's helped me before. So if you feel like you're trying to hold this almost at like an angle, so like a 45-degree angle, even though it's not actually what it's going to be like. But still, when you get in this stance, you feel like you're holding this at an angle, it's easier to load into instead of load with, right? Instead of loading with and letting that slide, loading against instead of loading with. Okay, so that's the first point that I want to touch on. Also, when you're doing this, make sure that you're trying to stay square with your chest in an athletic position. All right, so what I see a lot of times is hitters will stride, will end up in a position, okay, like this, where they're hanging back. All right, I want you to still stay square with your chest as you're striding over this baseball. All right, so that's the second thing. The third thing that I want you to focus on, now I'm not sure if you've ever heard this terminology before, but when you're striding, I want you to feel like you're striding with your hips. All right, let me repeat that again. When you're striding, I want you to feel like you're striding with your front, with your hips. All right, so the difference between striding with your hips, if you can look, okay, my hips are in a square position, they're ready to drop, open, and fire, as opposed to striding with my foot. Okay, as you can see in this position, my hips are open. I'll turn to the camera. Okay, when I stride with my foot, I end up in a position like this. My hips are open, I'm weak, and I can't create as much leverage or power or basically explosion with my hips. So it's a huge problem if you find yourself in this position. So that's why I really, really like find myself to load and stride with my hips and not necessarily push with my foot. So really make sure you're striding with that hip instead of that front foot.
What I'm going to show you guys today is a little drill that I use. It's called target practice, all right? So that's why I have this bottle here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bottle and I'm going to set it up and I'm going to hit at it like it's a target. All right, so what I've got for you guys here is you can see the bottle. I push it into the net. All right, it's about head high all the way down the cage. All right, what you're going to do is you're just going to take regular swings, ball right down the middle, and really work on delivering your barrel to the baseball so you can get that baseball to hit that bottle. All right, and this is what it's supposed to look like. All right, so when you have a smaller, more specific target than maybe just middle of the field, opposite field, you're trying to pull the ball, what you're going to do is you're going to train yourself to have better precision with the barrel of your baseball bat. All right, so guys, this is a great drill. I did all the time. Really definitely helped me. You can pretty much pick anything out that'll hang in a cage, bottle, I mean, if you want to get a pizza box, a plate, whatever you can find, be resourceful, all right? So getting better always isn't about going to high price lessons. It's about being the most resourceful sometimes.
This drill is called Around the World. What you're going to be focusing on is bat control. Okay, so you're going to have your front tosser throw ball outside part of the plate, right down the middle, inside part of the plate. And you're going to hit every pitch in the location that it's thrown in. Okay, so for its outside pitch, okay, you're going opposite field, up the middle, or right down the middle, or you're going back through the middle, and then ball inside, you're going to pull it. Okay, and I'll show you what it looks like here. Okay, you guys can take pitches if you don't think it's a strike. We only hit strikes. All right, just go outside again. Now when you guys hit the ball opposite field, it's okay if you still hit the L screen up the middle. All right, so that's where you can err. You can err right to the middle of the field. All right, so go right back up the middle here. So there you have it. Those are the 4 drills that you need to do. Sets and reps, obviously, were in the video. But those 4 drills, do those every single day over this next week, and I guarantee that you're going to start hitting the baseball harder. So let me ask you a question. Does it frustrate you that you're not reaching your maximum power potential as a hitter? Chances are, if you're looking to hit the ball harder, that means you're not hitting as many home runs, you're not hitting as many extra base hits as you would like to. Well, I've got something for you. So if you head over to my website, deadredhitting.com, I have a completely free bat speed workout for you. All you have to do, go over to my website, and on that landing page, it's going to ask you for your email. Type your email in, and it's going to give you an instant bat speed workout that's going to give you 5 more miles an hour on your bat speed. 5 miles an hour on your bat speed means an extra 35 feet of carry. So imagine what it would look like for you next year every single time that you hit a fly ball that went within 35 feet of the fence and somebody caught it, that turns into a home run. Pretty cool, right? So make sure you head over to my website, deadredhitting.com. I promise you won't be disappointed by that free bat speed workout. Go get it, go check it out, and until next time, keep swinging.